Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Behind the Frame, coming to you from Arsenal Cider House in Dormont. I am the president and co-founder of Static Frame Productions, Shaker Serini Vasagam, and I am here with another new co-host. Stephanie Yermosky could not be here today because she is in Guatemala, but we have the lovely Nina, I knew I was going to mess it up. Nina Lenke.
There we go.
From Late Night with Mosky, Nina Lenke. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Woo.
But we have a very, very special guest today. As always, this is a man that I've known for about almost 2 years. I've been trying desperately to get him on my show, but you know, he kind of big times. No, he doesn't. I'm kidding.
Maybe someday.
Someday, yeah. But I will say he does answer my text messages every single time I text him. A lot of people don't do that. But he is from Never Say Die and Not a Phase. It is Cody Kulesa.
Yes.
Cody. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Happy to be on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excited
for taking the time.
Yeah, but I mean, life's been busy, obviously, but like I never forgot about this. I love what you're doing for the scene.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so pumped to be here to do this and just talk about stuff. Because I love talking music. I can talk it all day. So.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. Again, you and I talk a lot. We see each other all the time.
We do.
And like literally all the time. And I'm excited for this because there's so many, questions that I've always wanted to ask, but I don't want to bother you at a show, you know what I mean?
All good.
But let's start at the beginning, because I don't know this. How did you get into music, specifically playing the drums?
Well, so when I was little, my dad, it was definitely more for my dad. My dad would be in the garage, and he's like a big gearhead. I was always fixing up cars and this and that. He's an airplane mechanic. Yeah. So when, your dad's in the garage working on something, your mom's usually like, hey, go see what he's doing and go help him out or whatever. Right. Me, I just wanted to play video games or do whatever and everything. But I would be in that garage with him, and he would be listening to Motley Crue, Queensryche, Judas Priest, Doc, and Kicks. I mean, we get into the nitty gritty, old school hair metal bands that you didn't even know about. Yeah. And he was always playing that. So while he's in there literally swearing, turning wrenches and stuff, I'm listening and learning what Crue was, what Metallica was. Right. And I was like, Dad, I'm like, these drums, they sound so cool and everything. And I always told him that I wanted to do it. Then I got in the band at I guess it would be fourth grade, when they started it out. They made me play trombone. Yeah, I know, which is crazy. So I started as a trombone player. Not a lot of people know that.
Wow.
But it was because everybody wanted to play drums. They wanted to be in the percussion section playing, America the Beautiful and everything like that, and literally screwing it all up. Yeah. Because no one can play in unison whenever they're in fourth grade. I don't know if you guys ever seen those TikToks and YouTube videos that they do that, but. Yeah. So from being in concert band, because I told him, I'm not playing this and doing this in front of my face for the rest of my life. Right. It's not me. So,
which is fair.
Yeah. So fifth grade, I ended up getting into percussion, and I, learned through that. I never took a drum lesson, just on a drum set. I literally learned everything from Canamac, and going up. So I became, I went in the drum line. I started off on the cymbal line freshman year, and it made me so mad because cymbals was the bottom of the line for a drum line. Yeah. So, my grandfather always told me, he's like, I want to see you on a snare drum and everything. And he was very musically inclined too, so he also helped with that. But he played the polkas. My last name is actually insanely Polish. Oh, okay. So. Yeah, here comes the Polish jokes. So people are going to comment it down below. I know it happens every time. but no, he used to play accordion. Then he had a little drum and everything, and then acoustic guitar as well. So he had kind of played a lot of the music stuff in my life. But through all that inspiration growing up, listening to Godsmack, all that other fun stuff, I was like, I really want to get into drums. And when I was little, my dad bought me my first drum set. Okay. Which is really cool because my first drum set ended up being a Ludwig 1960s Black Oyster Pearl Club Edition kit. Okay. He got from a state sale for $100.
Wow.
So $100, and I was like, okay. And I never knew what it was until my buddy Michael told me, I think that's the kit from the Beatles music video. It was a $2,600 kit.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Serial numbers, there wasn't serial numbers. It's like a lipstick stain on the inside of it. But from there, and just listening to metal, like Bullet for My Valentine, like, you know, my dad introduced me to metalcore.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy because he was a hair metal guy.
Yeah.
He started off, it was like The Poison by Bullet for My Valentine. He played it in the truck. He's like, I've been really like into like the band stuff that you've been doing, the concert band stuff.
Yeah.
So Apocalyptica, if you're familiar with them,
yeah.
they played the intro to that, and it was all violins and like, you know, cymbal swells and everything. And I was like, Dad, I'm like, this is so weird. Why are you listening to this? This is really cool, but this isn't you.
Right.
And then the first song hit in with her voice recites, and it's just straight blast beats and screaming.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I fell in love. I started taking his CDs. I started taking the Linkin Park CDs.
Right.
And it was on the CD player, and I'm listening on the bus. And that's
Okay.
where it all began for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I just wanted to learn everything that I could, and that's where it came down to.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
So I guess you touched on it a bit, but so
Yeah. So basically, what kind of bands other than, you know, like Linkin Park, Motley Crue, what are some of the other bands that you are listening to?
Oh man. So I go all over the place, but it's funny, like, cause I don't look this image at all.
Okay.
But my favorite band is actually him. Like his
Oh,
like
yeah,
Bam
yeah,
Margera, and
yeah.
like, you know, when he brought up like him in like America.
Right.
And like, you know, I was watching Viva La Bam and Jackass constantly,
Right.
CKY and all
CKY
that
is my
stuff. So
favorite.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and like so CKY, even the band, like I mean, because like they had CKY, like, you know, the little like YouTube series
Right.
or whatever it was on. Maybe E-Bombs World. I don't even know what they put it on. Actually, no, they did DVDs. They did
Yeah,
have
yeah.
I had all the DVDs.
Yes.
I know you do.
Yeah, I was one of those like degenerate kind of kids and everything in a way. I mean, like, you know, I used to try to skateboard. I wasn't that good at it. I liked riding like BMX bikes and
Right.
whatnot, but like that, everything that was on that bill of like where that show stood, because
Right.
they used him all the time. They used 69
They-
Eyes.
yes.
Like, so I like a lot
Clutch.
of that. Yeah, yes, Clutch. Oh my God, I can't
Yeah.
forget Clutch.
Yeah.
But all those bands like that really just, I don't know. I'm telling you what, it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, but Typo Negative is also another one of my favorite bands too. I collect a lot of Typo Negative memorabilia.
So I've actually I've seen your dad and your mom.
Yeah.
I think I met your mom once, but so to hear the fact that your dad introduced you to like Bullet for My Valentine,
Yeah.
because that's one of my like favorite bands
Yes.
that I don't really talk about, because, you know, obviously I'm a Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses guy, but that's actually pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, Bullet, like they were there like since day one,
Yeah.
like for the metalcore stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I got introduced into like Killswitch Engage, and then like, you know, my mom was already listening to Linkin Park and stuff, and then, you know, she'd be still listening to Shania Twain. So, but I'm serious, like we went all over
I
the
grew
place.
up in a country music household.
But like it was
honestly,
like,
yeah,
she
I was
listened to everything.
I was
so.
talking about it the other day. I was like, because my boyfriend rides skateboards.
Yeah.
And he like skated with Tony Hawk back in the day. And I was like, honestly, I was like, I actually equate Tony Hawk to me learning a lot about music because of the video game.
Right,
Like,
right,
the
right, right.
soundtrack was awesome.
That's another one where I discovered a lot of my music from too. Pro Skater 2 had one of the best.
Yes, that's
Right.
exactly
Rage,
that
that's
one.
how I found out about Rage Against the Machine immediately. Because like as soon as that music, I mean, like Gorilla Radio came on, I'm like, I'm gonna punch something. I'm like this like little kid, like, you know, I didn't want to play Spyro the Dragon anymore in PS1. It was that game.
Right.
So,
My
but
mom
yeah.
used to always tell me I was so angry because I listened to Slipknot. I said, "What is that? Is that the reason?"
Yeah, I like listening to the sad Slipknot stuff. Actually. That's my
Snuff
stuff.
is the best
That
Slipknot
was-
song ever.
Yeah, start Waterworks immediately off of that one.
Like you have real feelings.
Yes, yes.
So if you could spend 1 hour talking about anything with any one drummer, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh man, that's a good one. So funny enough, like, you know, like, and it's no diss to like, you know, Neil Peart and like some of the greats, you know, like normal drummers would mention. It's funny because I was asked this yesterday at a bar, so I was like, I'm glad you asked that. Evanescence was a huge band with me and my sister. You know, like, because like Cassie, and she had the black hair. We were like, oh my God, your voice sounds like Amy Lee and everything. And I was like, we got to go see them one of these days. And actually, my first concert back in '07, because I'm 31, so it was like I was still pretty young.
Yeah.
Was Evanescence.
Okay.
And I fell in love with that band, and just like, you know, the dark, spooky kind of like symphonic like metal with like a lot of like tech, like, you know, kind of influence into it, but like still grasping that alternative.
Right.
The drummer, Will Hunt,
Yeah.
is he's slept on. He is absolutely slept on. I mean, like there's even some like drumming videos of him, and I take a lot of his style.
Okay.
And like, I mean, he's got like not much flair to him. Like, I can't be spinning my sticks and stuff.
Right.
Like, I mean, like I don't know if my digits are just too chunky or whatever like that. I could do it if I really tried, but I mean, no, they get to look like sausages like you get from Bob Evans, I'm telling you. So, but for real though, like, he's just like, you know, about it and just power. And I love that. And like, but I don't know, just his style of drumming. That's the guy that I was like, you know what? I think that's my guy. I want to try to like, you know, model myself after a little bit, and I do, and I get complimented every time, and like it feels good.
Yeah.
I wish I still had long hair like how Will Hunt has, but like I just, you know, I can't because it's too hot sometimes.
I wish I still had hair.
But you still look
I'm
good.
growing out my undercut. It's the worst decision I've ever
We're
made.
both jealous.
Yeah. Sorry. I would give you some if I could.
Yes. Yeah. I used to have long hair down to like middle of my back actually.
No
And
shit,
I
really?
had the Jason Newsted.
No
I had
way.
the Jason Newsted. Yeah, that was from the Haunt and Drive days, like right before COVID.
Oh,
That
that's
my
awesome.
old punk rock band was. We ripped. So some of the friends probably watching this are like, oh man, reminiscing like I did at the time. So
If I don't tame my hair, I have Claudio from Cody and Cambria hair. It's like this.
another great band. No,
I'll be
another
like
great
at the
band.
concert or whatever, and I want to put my hair up, and I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yes, yes.
It's okay.
Absolutely.
Because you bring up Evanescence, I do want to talk about like your practice routine and
Sure.
like that kind of stuff. But real quick before, what venue did you see Evanescence at?
Star Lake.
Oh,
it was,
really?
yeah, it was the Family Values tour. It was with Korn, Evanescence. Those
Oh,
were
I
the-
was there.
Yeah, they were the main headliners.
Yeah,
and then
Every time.
and then two other bands that like I didn't realize like who they were when I was younger, but they became one of my favorite bands, and now they did headlines
Yeah.
at one point. It was Atreyu and Trivia.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. So like that was during like Emerald Inferno, and then the my gosh, what was that album that they came out with? The Curse. I'm pretty sure is the one that they.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But I mean, it sucks because Atreyu is not what they are now, or what they were back in the day, and it sucks, and it makes me really upset.
I'm
But like
with you.
Trivium, I still love them to death. Matt Heafy's cool, so, but yeah, and I actually met most of Trivium too. Actually,
Did you really?
Yes, and then I smoked a cigar at Star Lake years later with Dan Jacobs from Atreyu right outside the bathrooms. Yeah, he's like, is that a Black and Mild? And then there was another band called Black Tide. The lead singer came over, and I was like, what is going on? I felt like one of the
I know
boys.
Black Tide.
Dude, I wish they were still a thing,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're gone. So, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, but that was where I seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was my first set of my first Flash I ever seen, and I was like, I'm not gay. It came down to that.
Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Those
that
are
was
pretty
it.
cool.
Yes, it really was. That was my first time I seen Flash.
He's not. He's texted me at 4 in the morning trying to get me to come to strip club.
I knew it was coming up. That's okay.
I said I wasn't going to ask those questions.
It's fine. It's fine.
He's like,
Can we-
Shaker, what are you doing? Get down here now.
Hey, bro. So that's it. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the practice routine because I tried to play drums once.
Okay.
I'm not good. I have no rhythm. I can dance, but I have no rhythm. So talk to me a little bit about practice routines as far as playing the drums, but also the impact of in a live performance. How important is the drummer in a live performance? Because I've been told, we had Jeff and Rick from Smells Like the 90s on Late Night with Mosky, and Rick was saying that a lot of these live performances basically just go through the drummer, and the drummer's the most important person as far as setting that pace and the rhythm. So talk to me a little bit about practice routines and then the importance of the drummer in a live
Got it.
performance.
So I will say, we'll start with practice routine. So my practice routine is actually pretty old school.
Okay.
So like, you know, growing up, like we didn't really have like access to like, you know, get click tracks or things like that. I mean, like we had YouTube and we had our MP3 players and things. So what I like to do, I mean, like we started originally as like a cover band with like NSD, but like when I was doing it with Haunt and Drive, it was just like, we constantly just hammered out like twice a week with original music.
Right.
And, you know, once we got them recorded, then we would just put it in our headphones and we would just play along with what it is.
Right.
If we recorded it ourselves and I was able to take out the drums, you know, try to use a click track, which I struggled with click tracks for a while. But I'm actually doing pretty good with it now. I mean, just because of the amount of like shows and practice and things. But the biggest thing I feel, and this will tie into that second question of how like the drummer's important.
Right.
And this goes, you ever see that movie Whiplash?
Yeah.
Actually, okay, we'll bring that up in a second.
Okay.
But being fit and like actually maintaining your muscles for this, because I mean, these stages get hot. And I mean, you are constantly moving, especially if you're playing some like metal, or you're doing a lot of footwork, you have your cymbal a little bit too high and it's not at the right angle to where it's like your arms start to get a little bit sore or whatever. Right. You have to stay up with it, because if you don't, and this is where I'm going to go to the movie thing, you're going to be rushing or dragging. And then next thing you know, you're a singer, but instead it's not my singer, it's my keyboard player, because he looks at me and gives me this little stink eye. And I'm like, oh man, dude. I'm like, yeah, I was slowing it down a little bit. I sped it up. I played it a little bit too fast here. So when you keep yourself like, to where I'm playing drums and it's just like riding a bicycle, and like you're comfortable, then that can throw the whole band off. But then also just like really hammering and listening to the songs. And like it's cool being a drummer too, because it's like, you can go and you can practice at home and play on your kit and things. Guitar players have to practice at home and do homework for their practices. Singers have the luxury of actually just singing in their car. Well, guess what? Whenever I test drove my truck, I literally went like this, and I'm seeing if I can get some good sounds on the steering wheel, because you can listen and then you just kind of memorize those songs, memorize where it goes in at different time signature for like, a couple measures, and then it goes into that. So my practice routine literally goes from the car, from just like kind of staying like fit and like just keeping that muscle memory on things and not being able to be tired out with it. And with that being said, I think that the drummer is just something that keeps that band driving. I mean, if you know that song, which I've had this happen before and I will never forget it, I lost my IEMs. Like when I was in the middle of playing, I heard nothing but like what was coming out there. So I'm like, okay, and I'm literally just in my head and I'm playing. It was actually during One Step Closer, which is like one of the songs that we used to play all the time. And I played it all with nothing. I was dead. I heard my drums. So I'm hoping that everybody's going to find it, and all I did was focus on keeping that tempo. Next thing you know, my buddy came over, he was like, hey, you did really good on that one. I'm like, good. I don't know how you did it, because I couldn't hear a damn thing. But like that's happened a couple times, because when you're moving with drums, like they fall out. So I got big ears too, so it's whatever. But
you have to start being nicer to yourself.
I am nice to myself, but like it's just, I make fun of myself because it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Nobody else can do it then.
They do it anyway. So.
So do you still get nervous before shows?
No. It has actually become like an addiction now.
Nice.
And it drives me to want to get more and more and more and everything. And I love to get our music out there. Like our biggest thing was, I've been wanting to play this Canonsburg 4th of July parade forever. And we played in front of 60,000 people.
Damn.
And that was, our follower count skyrocketed. And like, when you see people, like, and this is kind of what I drive off of, it's like, when you see like that little kid that's like, he wants to be like you when he grows up. And like, I was seeing at the parade, there's this shot actually that our media team, Jordy Captures, she caught it, and this kid had his mouth was wide open, his glasses are on, and his hat's up in the air, and he's like so pumped about it. Seeing things like that keep me going. And it's been such a drive, and like then you get like the old guy that comes up to you, and he's just like, you're doing all right, kid. But he didn't talk to anybody that whole show. It's little things like that after the fact that really, or like if somebody recognizes you at Giant Eagle or something, which has happened before to me too. But I love it. But I don't get nervous on it anymore. Like I love that feeling. And like, I mean, there's some people that don't like it or whatever like that. I like to be critiqued. I like to be told be like, hey, you could probably do this better. And I hear everybody out. And I think more musicians should start to do that. And like hear out the people on things. So some people can't.
No, and that's I appreciate that, because I want criticism. I want to hear how we can make these interviews better.
Absolutely.
And people are saying that. Again, one of so there's my friend Chad McLean. He created a drinking game. Every time I mention like Dying Breed, Totally 80s, or Livewire, you take a drink. Every time I talk about certain things. So
they're very drunk.
I took 3 drinks.
I know. If I have a reference to Justin Walker or Jesse Farron interview or any previous interview, you can take a drink. So, okay, clearly I'm talking too much about other stuff.
No.
Thanks. You could just tell me that instead of creating
Yes.
a drinking game. But that's okay. But I appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I do want to get into Never Say Die here eventually. But let's talk about Not a Phase
Yeah.
first. So you guys, you and your sister Cassie,
Yes.
are opening up for Mimic this Saturday,
Yes.
July 18th, 31 Sports Bar and Grill, which coincidentally is the place I met this guy. It was not at Rick's Cabaret. It was at 31.
That's where you met me.
It was at 31.
It was at 31 Sports Bar and Grill. So let's talk to me about how Not a Phase became a thing.
That's a good one.
Playing with your sister, some of the challenges. I have 3 older sisters. So real quick, the original idea was to have Cody and Cassie and me and my sister Rachel, who I had shared a room with for 10 years. That was going to be the original concept of the interview. But Rachel lives in Tampa, and she's like, Shaker, I don't want to do this. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, and we are going to have Cassie on. Cassie, you're going to be on my show. I'm going to pay for your gas money. So talk to me a little bit about Not a Phase, the name, how that all came about.
Go ahead.
Sorry, is she older or younger?
She's actually younger.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
she's younger than me
Sorry.
by like 4 years, give or take. Actually, her birthday's coming up at the end of the month too,
Okay.
so it'd be technically 3 years apart then. So,
Okay.
So me and my sister growing up were very close. We did not fight. Like, I think we fought once.
Okay.
And like, our dad, both like cracked us because like I forget what we like pissed him off about.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I like pushed her or something like that. Like we were playing Nintendo and she beat me in Mario Kart or something like that. I'm like, I hate you! And I just pushed her. I don't know. She might remember. She might remember. I don't know.
We'll ask her when she's on the show.
Yeah, definitely do that. But we actually shared a room too.
Okay.
And I mean, we grew up in it was an awesome house. Our parents did everything that we could, but like I think having that same room, and we had like the curtain that like separated us.
Yeah.
It made us closer.
Right.
And whenever she was upset about something like that, I would be like, get on your DS, and it'll be like late at night. I'm on Picto chat, just like, you okay? And
Yeah.
like she'll be like, yeah, fine, okay. And but we were there for each other.
Right.
So, and as we got older and things, more emotions started to kind of go through, and she was going through some stuff with her ex-boyfriends, or if I had issues myself with any of my ex-girlfriends,
Yeah.
friends things, school things, or whatever like that. We were always there for each other. But it just, I can't ever recall a big fight that we ever got into that we didn't be like, okay, sorry, or whatever like that. We always leave after seeing each other, give each other a hug, and we're all cool. The music thing, it's hilarious because we could have been doing this forever ago.
Okay.
Forever ago. I was too into wanting to be in a band with a guy singer that screamed and she was into Hillary Duff and Hannah Montana. I
Okay.
never thought that it would work. Well, as we grew up and everything, she, obviously loved all the music that I listened to because we had the same room. So she literally heard of Bull for My Valentine and Evanescence and everything like that. And then it turned into she went into Bring Me the Horizon. She started to love Deftones and everything
my
else
favorite
like
band.
that. Yeah, she loves Deftones. And then she got into a lot of other bands like Loathe, Sleep Token, I think would be another one I can say. But Bring Me the Horizon and Loathe are her 2 favorites, and Deftones I'd say too.
Okay.
But my mother is the one that really was like, why don't you guys play music? I mean, Salt Shaker flying across the table. No, she didn't do that. She never did that. But she was really trying to convince us to do this for the longest time. I wish you guys would play acoustic. So we were we were looking at each other, and we lived together in the house in Bridgeville for a little bit because she needed a place to stay. I had 2 other bedrooms. So I was like, yeah, you know what? You could just take the upstairs bedroom, and then you have your own floor, and I have my own floor, and we're all good.
Yeah.
And then we formed with Never Say Die too.
Right.
But we're like, well, you know what? These guys can't do this show. We could just do an acoustic thing, and I could play cajon, you could play guitar.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. So we actually filled in. It was supposed to be a Never Say Die show, but it turned into Not a Phase.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now the name became pretty quick because we were like, Mom's been wanting us to do this for, I don't know, forever.
Yeah.
And then all the music that we listen to, sometimes she's like, I don't know how you could listen to some of this rah stuff and everything. Well, it's not a phase, Mom. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So do you think, since you're playing with your sister and you guys obviously are super close, like do you guys have like an unspoken connection on stage? Like does it just like flow really easily together?
Yeah, because here, you ready for this one? We don't practice.
Wait, really?
Nothing. She tells me what song she wants to do and I just hammer it out on cajon every time. So like literally this show for Mimic, we do it every time because like we vibe off of each other every single time.
Okay,
so, like,
hold the phone. Hold the phone.
That's insanity.
Okay, so I was gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up.
Great.
Because I get accused of kissing people's asses too much on these interviews. The show at Helltown Brewery in Houston a couple months ago, where you guys had a 47-second encore.
Yeah.
That is one of the, probably in my top 3 favorite shows this year. And you guys know that I'm 100% honest. That show was incredible. And you guys didn't rehearse?
We didn't rehearse anything. That encore, she has like the songs written down because like she does it for work.
Yeah.
So she's a music therapist, and I'll let her tell her more about that for her interview. But she has like a bank of songs that she's like played through, and like we literally keep up like the music on the iPad just because it's like a little reminder, because like you're remembering like 4 to 5 hours worth of songs. It becomes a lot. So like we keep it as a reminder. She's like, okay, yeah, it goes to this for this part and everything. And she kind of reads it off of there, and like, you know, just the words and everything. Like, but it's just in case.
Okay.
Me, I rip it every time. And that whole encore was just like, there were some songs that we played before.
Okay.
But like, we didn't practice like any time before that. She lives in Irwin. I live in Bridgeville. And it's just kind of like, you good on this? Yeah. Okay, I'm good on that too.
Okay.
Like, she'll let me know what the songs are, and I just listen to it.
Yeah.
And like Cajon, it's just easy for me to just, you know, go off of the, you know, rhythm of it, like what I'm thinking I can make into this.
Okay.
And some of it's experimental.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so like I'm like, there was a time that we did a song and I put like a reggae kind of feel to it. She's like, that was kind of sick. And like we'll talk to each other up there.
Yeah.
But going to that unspoken connection that you said, it never really hit until recently.
Okay.
Played a show at Helltown. Not the same one that you were talking about.
Okay.
It was a different one. It's getting close to like 4th of July, and they had fireworks go off, and we were playing, and everyone's singing along. But right when we ended the song, these fireworks went off.
Okay.
And it was like, I looked at her and I was like, "This is pretty cool." And like, she's like, "What's happening?" And so like I texted her at night all sappy and drunk off the pterodactyls from Helltown. I was like, I'm really happy that we're doing this finally. Like, you know, Mom really, you know, should have pushed us harder, but we should have just listened at that point and done not a phase.
Right.
And I mean, we've gotten insane amount of shows that are coming up. I mean, like Red Fox Winery's coming up, which is my old English teacher. It's just crazy. Yeah. I thought she hated me at one point, and then like I did this crazy. So honestly, she might have. I don't know, but like it's because I didn't read Frankenstein. I don't want to read Frankenstein, and she's just like, you have to read this book. And I'm like, I hate being forced to read. And so I wrote it down there, and then I made an extra credit video, and it was all good. Then I seen her at a breakfast spot that I go to all the time, and I just said hello, and she's like, hey, I heard you're in a band. I'm like, how do you know that? And so she wanted to book our band there, and so she booked us for coming up. I think it's actually next month or something, or maybe at the end of the month. So I'm not sure. I have to remember.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So what's one thing you've learned though from performing together?
honestly, like that we should have been doing this a long time ago.
Okay.
And that, I mean, she takes music seriously more than I ever thought.
Okay.
And that, like, it's rare when you find that chemistry. Because, like, I've been in a lot of bands, like, you know, before, and, like, where she has it. Never Say Die was, like, one of the bigger ones. And, like, she came and sang with my high school band that I was in, which was cool. But, I mean, the chemistry definitely really, really hits in, like, a lot with me and her. And it's me and her, like, and, like, it's no offense to any of my other bandmates, because I've had chemistry, but, like, it's different with that. Yeah. And the fact that we were, like, so close and so cool, like, you know, we can literally fuck each other off and, like, call each other bitch and jerk, and that's it. So, but, and, like, we're cool.
Yeah.
We're always going to be cool. Yeah. So it's wild. It's really wild how it all works.
And I love that. And you know, I'm a huge fan. Every time I see her, she always comes up, gives me a hug, thanks me. Again, you and I have been friends for, you know, a little over a year now. I appreciate what you guys do with Not a Phase. Once again, I'm so excited. 31 Sports Bar and Grill, Saturday, July 18th. Not a Phase will be opening up for Mimic. Unfortunately, I can't be at that show because I'm interviewing another band at Jurgles, but the Rooster, the Cock-a-doodle-doo man, he's going to be there.
Nice! Rooster.
Yeah, the Rooster will be there.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Love the Rooster.
But we are going to take a quick 30-second break. We will be back with Cody Kulesa from Not a Phase. Never Say Die. We'll be back.
All right.
Hi, and we are back on Behind the Frame. We are coming to you from Arsenal Cider House in Dormont. I am here with El Presidente Shaker. My name is Nina Lanke. I am filling in for Late Night with Mosky because she unfortunately couldn't be here today. But our very special guest today is Cody Kulesa of Not a Phase and Never Say Die. So we're just going to get right back into the interview and start talking about your band Never Say Die. So how did that band come into existence? Like, where did that all get started?
So it's pretty cool. We all actually were in bands before COVID happened. And, you know, I had a band called Han Drive. There was another band that like two of the other members were in called Kashmir. And then like a lot of people were doing like solo stuff, and like, you know, people were moving back from college to find their like real job and everything. And we really wanted to just jam the one day. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because all the members at the time when Never Say Die originally formed, we all lived in Bridgeville. Okay. So me, my sister, and my keyboardist Michael all lived in the same house, had that separate floors and everything. And then the other three members, Joey, Alex, and James at the time, they lived across the bridge in the same house.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so it was like 3 and 3, and then it was just a bridge that separated us, and it was so funny because like Cassie was the singer, Alex played guitar, and he also sang. James was a bass player, Joey was a guitar player, Mike's a keyboard player, I'm a drummer. I'm like, wow, this kind of like worked out a little too perfect.
Yeah, seriously.
So it was kind of funny. I'm like, this is like a perfect little scenario. We all live like really close. Just come over after work and let's just like jam some Rage Against the Machine. So I set my kit up, you know, had a Marshall amp that was there that I bought off my buddy Brian, which, you know, love Brian to death. He was in Han Drive too. He was a guitar player. But yeah, like we just set up like everything in my giant living room that we had there, and we played like a bunch of random songs. And our first song was Aerials by System of a Down. That was our very first song that we ever played together. Yeah. And Michael's like, I could do something really cool with that. So like he started digging into getting some cool sound effects and everything, and like, you know, then he got like real nerdy with it and like started getting into his Mac and, you know, playing with it. And we had like all these cool like different effects on it. I was like, I got an idea here. So I pitched the idea of, guys, I'm like, why don't we play like the cover songs that like people don't play really much anymore? I'm like, it's all these, you know, and it's no offense to anyone that does it, but like it's like the 80s, the 90s and everything. It's like all those different kind of covers. I'd never seen anybody doing like the 2000s new metal, metalcore, the emo even, and like around that time it like just hit like, nobody's doing this. I'm like, yeah, it is what like a lot of the kids did, like doing like talent shows and stuff, but I'm like, we're all getting older now, and like people love these emo nights, like, and they're just a DJ like hitting the button and everything, and they're just going nuts, you know, and everything, crapcore and like the same stuff that they could be doing in their car. Yeah, I'm like, I talked to Alex. And I was like, why don't we bring that to a live show?
Yeah.
Because it brings more energy. He's like, I think we're onto something here. And then, we didn't have a band name, and it was just the 6 of us coming in. So I'm like, it would be genius. Like, you could have like a guy and a girl, like, like Cassie can sing Evanescence, Paramore, Flyleaf, this and that or whatever, and like a little bit of whatever else that she can, because my sister's a powerhouse. And then Alex, like, he could scream, and like he was like that kid in the bus who was like, like, and like he's like, literally like screaming on the bus and stuff. Like he knew it all the time, and he was good at it. He watched the Zenith scream in it, and like he, absolutely fantastic. And then like he was in Bella Voce back in high school, which was like an honors like type of singing thing. And those two together like merged together like really, really well. And I was like, dude, we could do like how like Amaranth. I don't know if you ever listened to that band before. It's like a trade-off kind of thing. Okay. And I'm like, we could do like all these different colors, like covers to where everybody's so happy. And I'm like, this is all coming back from our roots to what the first questions that you asked me like came into. And I was watching the Goonies. And I'm not saying because my band hates this. Listen, I'm serious. My band hates it when I reference the fact that like that's how I came up with the band name. Is like because we were all high school friends. Right. All of us. Like like my sister, me and her obviously grew up, but like my keyboard player, Alex, like it was all in like, grade school and like high school, in our high school, like we were all together playing stuff. James, I met him actually through church. Okay. Yeah, I was in a church band for a while. Not a lot of people know that. I played drums for a church band, but I became really good friends with him because I'm sitting there ready for like Thursday worship practice, and he's playing Panic Attack by Dream Theater, and I was like, I know that song. So I started playing along with it on this little this like electronic kit. And he's like, did we just become best friends? And I'm like, yeah, sure we did. We became good friends. Yeah, I was his best man at his wedding recently, actually, too. And like he's not in the band anymore, but I love James to death. I miss playing with him. Yeah. Great dude. And then, Joey, we met him because of a Craigslist ad. Yes, Craigslist ad back in high school. And we got him to play guitar, and like he was driving in this Oldsmobile. It was like a red Oldsmobile. Me, Alex, met up with him at Applebee's. This was years ago.
I love Applebee's. All my good things happen.
That's what I said. Like he was trying to hit on the bartender. She never gave him his number. Again, this is 10 years ago, Kate. Just saying. So, but yeah, like, and then we, didn't talk for a little bit. The band didn't work out that we were trying to start, and then I invited him out to Harry's Pizza the one day, and then we became best friends ever since and never stopped hanging out. Okay. So now that we were all living so close, I'm like, guys, this is perfect. We could do this. And then the meaning of the band came to being never saying die to the music that made you you and that you grew up listening to, because I grew up listening to Motley Crue, Metallica, Queensryche, and then Bullet for My Valentine came after that. And there's like memories and stories behind that. Like in Cassie and Michael, like Michael's a Beatles head. He loves the Beatles, and like he has like the biggest record collection. Like he could open up his own store with the amount of records that he has.
We may have to have Michael on.
I would love. He would love that. Yeah. He would absolutely love that. Okay. But yeah, like he, there's a lot of different musical differences in this band, and I'm like, if we can find that fine line to where it's like, you may not like the song that we're playing. Like, we didn't like playing Green Day. Yeah. James liked playing Green Day, but we played Green Day all the time, because he liked it. And then, things kind of started to change a little bit, obviously. But, like, everybody was happy at that time. But, like, we were playing, like, we were like a jukebox. And our idea was, when you go on like 2000s on your iPad or your iPod, we'll say like an iPod Nano, your 2000s nostalgia like playlist or whatever, and you hit shuffle for like rock. Yeah, that was like everything we played, and that was our whole idea of never saying die to that part of you with that music and everything. So that's how it came together. Because it was a bunch of musicians that missed playing music. Yeah, and they wanted to play it again. And we all lived very conveniently close together. Yeah, I mean that's important. It almost felt like destiny. It actually almost felt like destiny at that point. So yeah.
Well, and that's how I first got to know you guys. It was actually you and Cassie were playing at Crafty Jackalope, and I feel like it was like in December or January.
Oh yeah. It was the Non-Face show.
Right. Played there. And my friend Rachel Hughes, who I think is actually friends with your sister.
Yes.
So she was like, "Oh, Shaker, you got to go see their actual band Never Say Die. They're going to be at 31 for that Valentine's Day
Yeah.
thing that you did. And I just was, I brought like I don't know, 7 or 8 people.
Yeah, you
We were
did.
all blown away. Again, that's where I met you.
Yes.
It
was a big night.
It was a good night. And like you played Marilyn Manson, and I'm like, I've never seen any band in this area play Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
It's different. It's what I appreciate about you is and again, get ready to drink because I'm bringing up Static. You have a very similar idea of what I'm trying to do with Static, trying to be different, trying to be unique. So 4th of July, you guys did this incredible float thing. Talk a little bit about that, but before you do that, you had a little bit of a lineup change, a different lineup. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We did. We did have a lineup change, and specifically, they asked me not to talk about it, so I can't really like get too much into it.
I gotcha.
But I will say this: Alex and Melina are not with us anymore. They're going to do their own projects, and they got a lot of big things that are coming, which please check out obviously as it comes through. But I will say that it is just me, Cassie, Michael, and Joey. But we had the bass player that was with us for the 4th of July parade. Yeah. That was Brian. Oh. Brian was the old guitar player in Hawn Drive in another band called Reference. Okay. Like he is like one of my blood brothers, but it's not. But he filled in for that. Okay. And he literally got on the front page of the Cannonsburg thing. Like it was crazy. And like we've been asking him, we're like, can you please join this band? Can you please join this band right now? So we've been asking him for years, and it's funny. Like I'll have to show you a picture, but we were messaging him after because the show went so well with the 4th of July. Yeah. And all he sent us was a picture. It was an AI picture of him with a bass guitar on his back, riding away on a horse into a sunset. He didn't say anything else. It was just that, and I heard the harmonicas. Yeah. And I was just like crying. I'm like, man, I want to play with him again. Yeah. So, but yeah, he really, brought a lot to that 4th of July thing, and with how the 4th of July came about. Is that the next question?
The float. Okay. Like talk to me about that, because
that's incredible. I was checking out your socials obviously before I came, and I was like,
this has been a dream of ours to get into that for a while. Yeah. And I love doing crazy things. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, with the Heartbreak Ball show that you came to, it was an anti-Valentine's Day show that I came up with, and I wanted to get like a singles meetup group, basically, where it's like, like whether like you're a teenager, or not even a teenager, because you can't drink when you're a teenager. No. Like a younger people, obviously, like coming up and like just meeting, because like this dating scene sucks, and nobody wants to go on Tinder and stuff anymore. So like that was my idea behind that.
That's why I just date married women.
Yeah. He said it, guys. So no, but I'm
kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke. It is a joke. But
that's the rumor.
Yes. So. But I love doing the crazy things from like Valentine's Day to Halloween, and like I love doing holiday events because a lot of people like to go out and do things, and I love giving people a reason to go out and do those things. So I've been saying, like, guys, like we should have to do something with the 4th of July parade. Our hometown where we grew up has one of the biggest like parades in the whole like state. Yeah. So we played the 4th of July parade before as Canamac band, like the marching band. Yeah. Well, I said, I'm like, we need to bring back real bands into this because they used to do it all the time back in the day. And I said, I'm not just putting us on a 20-foot floor, like a 20-foot trailer or a 16-foot trailer, and like little polka band playing or whatever like that. No offense to the polka bands because they're badass. I love them. Polka. Yes, we do. But I rented out a 34-foot trailer. I made sure that one of my guys from work that I got a Class A for was driving the truck. Okay. I rented a truck, that was like a 2500 HD diesel. Yeah. And I was like, I want to make this thing into a pirate ship looking kind of deal. Yeah. Which it did. And I built up this thing, and then like Michael is like very artsy, and he came up with this idea. He's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a project our band logo onto this piece of plywood, and we just cut it out, hang it on a beam, and we make it spin. And I'm looking at him like, how the hell you want me to do that? Yeah. And then it all came to because of a drinking game that we made. We had a Lazy Susan.
Okay.
And so we made this Lazy Susan at the bottom and hung it from like a chain on like a 10-foot 2x4.
Oh, is that so? It's spun?
It was spinning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually spinning the whole time, and it worked.
Yeah.
Like way too well.
Okay.
And like people were like, because like it was great because I didn't want to cut two logos out and like this side.
Yeah.
It was just everybody's seen it.
Okay.
And it rotated on fast, so like
Yeah.
everybody's seen what that band name was, and then
Yeah.
we put the logo in the front of it, obviously, instead of making people like carry it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a multi-man operation building that thing, and it took us like 3 nights to do it.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, a lot of money, but like it was so worth
it, exactly.
Because I mean, like our follower count went up. Like you know, people are like, "Are you playing Oktoberfest this year? This is crazy," because they don't want to have like. Canonsburg's pretty old school, how they do their things.
Yeah.
And I want to bring that change to them and be like, that we can do that.
Right.
But they already booked all the bands this year for Oktoberfest. So this is also my announcement, but we can't play Oktoberfest this year because, I don't know, I guess the 4 coins are coming back from the dead. Oh my God, I'm going to get hit for that one.
So no Oktoberfest.
Yes.
But one thing though, just going back to the 4th of July thing, because I was supposed to be there. My ex-girlfriend is from Canonsburg, and she banned me from Canonsburg.
I was banned from Carnegie for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, she
Yeah.
did ban me, but I don't listen because it's me. But what do you have in the future? Because that like what you created was incredible, and you and I have talked a lot. You know, we see each other all the time, and I look forward to every time I see you because we always have that little conversation. Do you, and you don't have to share too much, but do you have some big plans going forward for Never Say Die as far as...
We do.
Okay.
We do. And this was our big motivational thing. Now, I wanted to bring, because like, you know, when things happen, obviously, there was a lot of like, you know, morale loss that was happening with the rest of the band that I had. But like, we were also very happy with it too, but like everybody was itching to do it.
Okay.
And I've had that 4th of July thing in works for a long time to try to like get into it, and then it happened.
Right.
So I was like, okay, and I talked to them in like a little private meeting, and I said, I think this is our moment to redefine what we want to be.
Right.
So I can officially say this is Never Say Die is officially now an original band. We have so many originals that are coming out that like, or that we've actually played, and then are like, we want to hear the recordings of these. They're getting recorded, and we're gonna have more than just Someday on there. We're trying to decide if we want to release an EP first, just to get some things out there. But we might have enough for a full-length album.
I love that.
Which I mean, like just the practices that we've been having, like it's just like, you know, Joey comes in with this new guitar riff, and Cassie's like, I think I got lyrics for that, and she has lyrics written like crazy, and she has guitar riffs written too. Michael can flow himself in, and just like how I do as well. They just give me an idea of like, you know, they want to be slow, fast, whatever it is. And these songs are dark, and they mean a lot. Like, I mean, there is some like we must have like all seen some crazy shit, but like, I mean, it's like they're powerful lyrics. Yeah, a lot of powerful lyrics, and just like, I mean, we actually, it's funny enough, we played a new one at the parade because we were so excited, and we didn't want to play a New Divide and Someday back and forth and back and forth. So we were like, do you want to throw in this new song in? And we did, which that new song is called The End. And, you know, I won't tell you what that song's about, obviously. Like, that's going to be something for you guys to listen to whenever it does come out. But I could tell you, as another big thing, the end of the year, I think we'll have a little EP or an album out and everything. So, but we're going to get into the original game. I know the original game better than the cover scene, which I will never trash the cover scene. But man, we have so much material, and we have, like, collectively as a band, we have more fun playing the original stuff. Nice. And so that was our moment at the 4th of July to rebrand Never Say Die. Right. And that's what it was. Nice. We did what we wanted to do. We decorated it how we wanted to. Everybody was cool with it. And I mean, like, I was really mad mainly because I was just having the heat sweats and stuff, you know? But like, we all had a blast doing it. We really, really did.
So I know you have a question. Give me one quick second to get your question. Because you mentioned Someday, which is one of my favorite songs. Because a lot of the, get ready to drink, a lot of the other bands that we promote, Ingo Swan, Dirty Truth, they have some original stuff. So with a song like Someday, and then even some of the other stuff, is that going to be available on iTunes and Spotify?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a thing with CD Baby, and they actually distribute out like to Amazon, Spotify. We get most of our views through Spotify. We know Spotify has always been the biggest thing, but like it'll be on everywhere.
Okay.
You can find it on YouTube Music. We distribute to everywhere because notice that there's a lot of, it's like the same thing with music. A lot of people like different, music platforms and they like different music. So we give it to everybody because we want our music to be heard everywhere. So
Fair
we'd
enough.
love to figure out how to get on some jukebox stuff, but
Yeah.
I haven't figured out AMI yet.
Yeah, I actually don't understand that either. Because sometimes I'll go to look for a song and I'm like, why is it'll be a well known, and I'm like,
I'm curious.
How'd you get here?
Yeah, I'm curious if they have to pay for a specific package at the bars or something to get that on there.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when we do that contract for CD Baby, it's on there. It says it's on TouchTunes AMI or something.
Okay.
This was a while ago though, truthfully, when I first signed up for it. But I don't know what the deal is with that now, if there's different subscriptions. But I'll have to ask some bar owners that whole thing, obviously.
We'll make some calls.
Yes,
Do some
yes.
things.
Yeah.
So besides building a ginormous pirate ship that you use in the 4th of July parade, what else makes Never Say Die different than other bands around the Pittsburgh area?
Honestly, this is getting a little technical with it too. And I got to give it to my best friend, Michael.
Okay.
Michael literally, he drives this band from just being a guitar, bass, singer, drummer band. That keyboard that he uses makes and defines, and I'll go back to obviously the covers that we did.
Yeah.
He changes the covers that you normally were hearing. So My Curse is a great example.
Right.
Instead of hearing the guitar do the main lead part, he's doing it on keys. And Joey's doing the rhythm part for it.
Right.
And they trade off back and forth. And the keys add such a depth to what Never Say Die is.
Right.
And it's funny too because I don't even think he realizes how important he is to what defines our sound for this.
Right.
And I want him to do more. And because his talent is amazing. He was my very first person I've ever jammed with, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally I have a video of me and him. He's got this keyboard. I think it was a Yamaha. Correct me if I'm wrong later, Mike. But it was just Fargo. We were playing Jump by Van Halen, and it was just keys and drums, and my dog Blaze. So he would just come because he'd come down the stairs, and there was a video. And
Yeah.
he was here, he's like, I'm freaking out. He's literally, my dog loved when we had practice. He'd be down there all the time. And then Coda, my next dog, same damn deal. I'm you're the same soul in each of them.
That's incredible.
It goes way back, man. Seriously, watching him just go from the Fargo, synth sound that was on this stupid little keyboard, which I'm pretty sure he still has.
Yeah.
It went to this big tower of two keyboards in this computer right here, and he changes every cover that we've ever done to where it doesn't sound like it's original. Yeah. And I love that, how Disturbed did Sound of Silence.
Right, right.
They changed it up completely, and I was that's one thing that I want to do with our covers is I want to make it our own. Well, instead of Alex singing a lot of the stuff for Marilyn Manson,
Right.
Beautiful People,
Right.
Cassie hammered out a lot of those notes too.
Okay.
And it was great, and it changes the way people look at that. To where it's wow, this is so different. Artist in the Ambulance is another really good one too, by Thrice. That was actually one of the funnest ones we did. The main lead guitar part, it was all Michael, and we put him on a keytar. I bought Mike a keytar for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I bought Mike a keytar to actually play on that song, and he uses it pretty good.
Yeah, well, we saw Great Whitesnake last night, and their keyboard player was doing the keytar.
Yes.
And I love that. That's old school.
Yes,
I love it.
it is good. But I do want to add, because I know I talked about Mike a lot with that too. With my sister, she hammers on music so hard. And I feel that her vocals really grab a lot of people's attention as well.
I love a female vocalist.
Yes.
Well, okay, you mentioned that. And I'll say that, the first time I saw you guys at Crafty Jackalope, I was on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see you guys. All I could hear was her voice. And I'm like, what? This is incredible.
Yeah.
And then again, I saw you guys. But from that moment to, and we'll reference the Helltown show, that was just probably my #1 show this year.
Man, that makes me feel great. That's good.
Like, I don't want to say improved, but because it's not an improvement, but it's just so dramatic from how going back to that to where she is now.
Yes.
You can tell that she works her ass off.
She does.
Even you. It's both of you guys, and it's a testament to you, both of you, your work ethic, and how much you love what you're doing in the music. So I appreciate that. But having said that, what would you say is the biggest sacrifice music has required?
Man, that's a good one. Time.
Okay.
Time. I mean, like, so just from my standpoint with the biggest sacrifice, how big you want to make it and how far you want to go, how good you want to be as a musician.
Yeah.
I work a blue collar job.
Okay.
And I, work a lot of overtime and do this, but I try to keep myself balanced with it. It's like
Right.
being in a relationship,
Right.
like if you're not home enough or whatever, you can't practice, you can't make content, you can't do this. Book shows, this and that or whatever, it comes into just time and managing it very, very well. But some of the sacrifice for me is sleep.
I get it.
And if anybody knows me, I don't get good sleep at all. I
Right.
can barely rest at night because I'm usually hammering out all my stuff I want to do at night.
Right.
Getting those emails ready so I can send them in the morning to go to this venue or whatever.
Yep.
Coming up with ideas, maybe writing some new stuff or whatever, which, I play guitar and stuff too.
Yeah.
But any kind of little thing like that. So, but sleep.
I get it.
I guess it's my best way to
Yeah.
answer that.
Yeah, because wait, get ready to drink.
Oh,
Moment.
Now you're throwing
see
stuff.
I
Sausage
work
fingers, I'm telling you.
65 hours a week, so that's what we're drinking on. Because I mentioned
10-4.
Yeah. Stephanie works 7 days. Stephanie's not here. Nina works a lot.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
If you want to do it's you sacrifice that time, that free time where you're able to binge watch your show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really watch TV anymore. People ask me oh, what are you watching lately? I'm like, YouTube whenever the hell I can, I
Right.
guess. So which is Dead by Daylight videos because I'm a big video gamer actually.
I just watch
So-
the same shows on repeat because it's I've already seen it.
Yeah.
I don't have time to actually focus on this.
Yeah, because you're so focused on doing other things that you want to do to make a change out here,
Right.
which is why I support so much of what you do in Static Frame because it's a lot of time, it's
It is.
money, it's effort, it's commitment,
Mm-hmm.
and that's some of the problems I have with the Halloween festival that I do every year. It's just it sucks, but
Yeah.
I understand everybody has their lives to live
Right.
and everything, but it gets rough about that obviously.
And it's nice that we've been able to kind of expand a little bit. So Steph wasn't able to be here, so then I could come in and
Sure.
help out.
Right.
And a couple weeks ago, they didn't have the producer behind. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come help you guys. So it's
Right.
nice. It is definitely a team effort.
Yes.
But so what is something that you are proud of that has nothing to do with music?
Honestly, that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the life that I live.
There you go.
I honestly this gets deep, I guess. I'm proud of myself because I came from just a life to where it's my parents taught me, and they could have they did a lot for me, but I was raised to be humble, and I have been I'm very generous with my money. I do give to homeless. I do that when we were Dead Festival, the Halloween festival, where I literally give all of our proceeds to Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
And we doubled since the first year that we did, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
But organizing that and making sure that happened. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of like, the fact that I'm moving into a new house here soon at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That I have a bike, and like I'm proud of myself for being a lot happier than I was years ago when I didn't know what I was doing. And now I feel like it's like my point in my life. Maybe I still don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, we never do, but you're closer.
But man, do I feel I can go to bed at night. I can go to bed at night and I can feel confident, and like I think I'm proud of myself for finding my confidence.
There you go.
Even though I was talking shit about yours earlier. But
that's I think that's, and we'll dig in that for just a quick second.
Yeah.
I think that's important, and I appreciate that answer because I'm trying to be humble. Oh wait, drink.
I'm running out of drinks.
So am I. I'm trying to be humble as far as Static Frame Productions goes, but I'm so proud of what we're doing.
Should be.
Kelly and Dina have a new show that they're going to be doing, a revamped version of a talk show. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of what they're doing. I'm proud of what Stephanie's doing. I'm proud that she's coming in. I'm proud of Rooster. Rooster's the unsung hero.
Yeah, he's great, man. Great dude.
The guy loves talk. So it's
Clip that.
Sorry. So it's I appreciate what you're saying, because you mentioned trying to be humble, but it's at the same time there's a fine line between being humble and trying to promote yourself.
Yes.
And I'm getting accused of over promoting myself and over promoting Stephanie and Kelly and Dina. But how else are we going to make grow our company unless we're doing this?
Of course.
So I appreciate what you're saying. It's just it's difficult, and I'm still learning how to do that.
Yeah.
We're all still learning how to do that. So
And you know what? That's another thing too. Like, and it's funny because so I'm an instructor for Port Authority. It's my real job.
Okay.
And I tell everybody that you learn something new every single day. Like, and no matter even if you're in an instruction or a teaching kind of thing, or you feel like you're a professional.
Yeah.
Be humble in the fact that you are going to learn something new.
Right.
Something new comes by every single time. I had a trainee teach me something stupid that I never knew about, like driving a big Class A CDL truck, and I was like, I never knew that because my trainers didn't even teach me that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, okay, and then now I teach it that way.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because now they just know, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
But
I'm a college professor, and I have been for 10 years, and sometimes my students will come in and they'll be like, oh, I figured out how to do this. I said, can I borrow that?
yeah, right.
Yes. Am I a boomer?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, but it's okay to we're all here to get through life together, And I know some people think completely different or whatever, but if I can give knowledge to somebody, then I'll give it to them if they ask. And sometimes if they don't ask and they don't want it, then whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, you tried. You
tried.
So who has been your biggest supporter through all of this that you've been doing?
Honestly, my parents. My parents have been the ones that have been pushing me, and it's cool. But my dad, me and my dad, we really, when we were growing up, he wasn't really around much because he was always working, and I never understood why. And then as time went on, he was home because he was always out at different, airplane sites and stuff. So different hangars and whatnot, fixing things, whether it was Marco Island or Columbus, Arizona, wherever. But man, now that he's home and he's on daylight and things have been cool, he's been a huge supporter. And getting a hug from him and everything like that every now and again, where he's just I'm proud of you, man. It makes me want to cry actually, because there's not a lot of guys that get the big support from their dad, and my dad's been doing that for me a lot lately, and me and him have gotten really close, and we drink a lot of Miller Lite together, so it's good. So cheers to you, Dad. This isn't Miller, but you would hate it. He doesn't like IPAs.
But it's interesting. It's interesting you say that because again, I never met your dad, but at the Houston Helltown Brewery Houston show, he was there.
Yeah.
And not to get creepy, sorry, sir, but I was watching him watch you.
Yeah.
And you can see the pride in his face when he's watching you and Cassie.
Yeah,
up there. It's incredible.
It is really awesome to see like both of them there, you know, and like it's funny because like my mom wasn't able to make it the one time, so we changed our band name for the day to Not a Phase Dad. So that was funny as hell when that happened, and then she eventually showed up. But yeah, like my parents are at almost every show, and if they can't make it, it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
Or it's too hot or something like that, you know.
Fair. Yeah.
Can't blame them.
But I mean, they were with us on the float. My dad, he came, and if we had a generator issue or anything, he was ready for it because my dad knows mechanics and everything else, and he could fix anything.
Yeah.
My mom, she was there just, you know, waving to people. And
No, I saw her in the back of the truck on your snap.
Dude, listen, and sorry, Mom. She had the funniest sunburn I've seen in forever. When we went back, I was like, Mom, I'm burnt. And she goes, yeah, you ready? And she's wearing these shorts. She pulled her leg up a little bit. It was just like, it was like that. Like literally just like this. Like just like red and white. It was crazy, man. But like, it was so funny. But like, I mean, she said that whole thing and she was throwing waters to people, you know, who needed it or whatever. Like, I mean, I couldn't see too much because I was in the back. But like, they were there for us. And like, they've always been there for us. And like, Cassie would definitely say the same thing.
Right.
But like, even our friends, like, I mean, like, we do have a lot of friends that come out to every single show, share every single post.
Yep.
You know, I mean, like, there was people that were excited and saying, like, they're so proud of me for this. But, like, yeah, I mean, just my mom and dad. They're always asking the questions that, like, I, you know, never thought. And, like, you know, they're there if I'm upset about things or whatever.
Yeah.
They've been there for me a lot lately.
I love that. I love that. Mr. and Mrs. Kulesa,
Yes.
thank you for what you do.
Love you guys.
With Cassie, with Cody. We appreciate parents. We appreciate that.
Yes, and honestly, like the scene in general, because I mean, my dad went to go see Red Coin a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you remember Red Coin. Yeah, Red Coin's his favorite band.
Really?
I'm like, what about us? He's like, well, yeah, I like you guys, but like Red Coin, that Jerry Welsh, man, he's like badass, man. So for Father's Day, I got him a Red Coin shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, I got him that Red Coin shirt.
Right.
So, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Sweet. All right. So final question. Imagine someone is watching this interview, and you should be, because we're the #1 interview show on YouTube in Dormont. In Dormont. So someone's watching this interview, and they're thinking about quitting music because they don't think that they're good enough. What would you say to that person?
Oof. Well, I mean, this comes to a really good story with it too.
Okay.
So I was in that position, and it happened when COVID happened.
Okay.
We had this band, which I've never talked to you much about this band before, but like we had it. And that was with the bass player that played with us at the 4th of July parade, Joey, guitar player, me on drums, and then I had another lead singer, which I won't mention his name.
Okay.
We had a idea for a punk rock band called Holland Drive, and like we hammered it out. Hammered it, like, and like we had, like, it was all original punk rock type of stuff. We were playing shows everywhere. We were starting to take, like, you know, stuff by storm.
Right.
Smalls. We played the Fun House, and we had like a sold out show. Okay. And it was like, we were throwing eyeball beach balls everywhere. It was based on horror and like a bunch of stuff. And I'm telling you, like, that was like when I figured the music scene out. Okay. Was that. And like we were playing some big shows. We had big names that were hitting us up. We had like an idea, and like for like a music video, we had a full length album. The idea for the music video didn't happen because COVID happened. Okay. But COVID destroyed everything that we created. My lead singer went and he started, you know, doing like traveling nurse type of things, or traveling surgical technician. Okay. And he changed after that, and I feel like that really changed him. And you know, my guitar player Brian, he could not, you know, do anything because he was having a kid, and everything was falling apart. And I was like, you know, had those things to where I was like, I felt like that I could play, but like I lost my drive. Okay. The worst that I ever did. I was in like a deep hole without music. Yeah. And I didn't realize it until it just really, really hit in. And I was that kid that quit music. I wasn't playing nothing. My drums sat in this closet next to my furnace forever. And I went through my life thinking I'm missing something. And it took like, you know, a bad breakup and me getting out on my own again for me to be able to find the place to where I could set my drums up again,
Okay.
which was the Bridgeville place.
Okay.
Once I did that and my friends came back in, I told them that I didn't want to do Ever Say Die.
Yeah.
I told them I can't do that again because I was like, I had some major trauma from Han Drive deleting, and I still do. I had like a whole shadow box board thing. I mean, like, there were so many memories and good times and like these songs that we wrote together and like, you know, like we recorded them all together too. And I don't know, there's just a lot of memories and a lot of trauma that go back there. I don't even talk to the singer anymore because of big problems.
Right.
So, if you know. But, you know, the guitar player, he's got 3 kids now, so he can't commit. That's why I can't commit to Never Say Die, and there's other things, which is fine, Brian, love you. But, like, we just missed that, obviously. But to talk to a kid to say, you know, how to not quit music, when you want to quit, that's when the big thing happens.
Okay.
When you are at your lowest and you feel like that you're ready to do it, push again. Because I can't believe Never Say Die happened, and I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I didn't take that push and ignore that and push myself even harder.
Right.
If you push yourself to that limit, and, you know, I'll tell you like another thing, like my mom told me,
Yeah.
is, this is why my mom's like one of my biggest supporters too. When I was, you know, getting out of high school, she handed me this. There's nothing in my hand right now.
Yeah.
It's a sword.
Yeah.
Okay, theoretically. Take that sword. Don't forget that whenever, you know, like you fight every demon that you can in front of your life, but don't ever forget that it's not invincible.
Yeah.
That sword's gonna break.
Yeah.
But don't ever forget that it's still sharp, and that's why I have this.
I love it. I love it.
It's my fighting thing that keeps it going, because you never know what's like literally right behind that one last rock that you gotta hit past.
Yeah.
So I know I just talked in so many metaphors.
No, but I love it. I love it. And
Yeah.
I'm holding back tears because what you're saying is like, you know, get ready to drink.
Yes.
I wish my mom was alive to see what I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
because she would be so proud of me. I never had the confidence to do any of this. It took Kelly kicking my ass and being like,
Yeah.
listen, let's fucking do this.
We went back and forth for a while.
Went back and forth for a little bit, and I wasn't sure I wanted to do it because I was already doing it on my own, but I didn't want this to be so structured. But again, it's moms are so important in any son's life. I'm gonna try not to cry here, but it's just like your moms, like, they believe in you.
Yeah.
More than anything. So
They do, and I mean, you know, I'm really fortunate. Me and Cassie, we're both really, really fortunate for the support that we have from them, and like all you guys too watching, and like, you know, I mean, Shaker, you have so much support, dude. Like, I mean, like, the scene stands behind what Static Frame is, and like, I will every time personally, but you have even more people that were, and like, even though that like your family isn't here, that's something about the music scene that I love, is because we are a family.
Right.
We might be a little bit dysfunctional.
Right.
But man, we are there for each other. I mean, like it's not like, you know, high fives or haze from across the bar most of the time. It's hugs.
Yeah.
I give you a hug every single time that I see you, and I'll be giving you hugs too when I see you too as well, even though I just met you. But like, that's just how that scene operates.
Right.
May not be everywhere, but like, there is family here.
Yeah.
There is a big family here. But for real, man, like, and I think that kind of goes like, not even just with like digging into like just, you know, quitting music, quitting life, quitting this, quitting that. You never know what happens until you keep pushing. If you keep pushing, you know, and like you give it your all and like still don't see no change, then it's like, okay, then like, if you're really not that happy, then you could stop. But like with life, and with like, if you have that passion and you really drive yourself to do it, you could do anything that you set your mind to. You know, I know that's like the most stereotypical quote ever, but it's true. It is so true. And, you know, I didn't think that I was good enough. I'm like, this isn't meant to happen. Like my band, like, you know, like that I put so much time and effort into, it's done. And it took my friends to be like, I think that we can do this.
Yeah.
And, you know, I actually have to give it to my sister and truthfully, like Alex.
Yeah.
I got to give it to those two, because they were like, they seen something in this, and you know, they put faith into me to where it's like, if we get Cody into this, he can push us into where it is. Next thing you know, we have a Halloween party, you know, that we do, like, we had a house party, the first Halloween party. That was when we were dead 0, I guess we'll call it, -1.
Okay.
And it was at my house. We had 150 people show up. Not the cops called. Had 2 bands. It was Gator Shakes and it was Never Say Die's very first show.
Okay.
At my rental house.
home.
Wow.
Rental. I'll send you pictures from it.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
You'll shit your pants. My whole driveway was full of people. I built this. We had this pavilion. Put walls up on it, animatronics, things like that. Full bar, you know. And I built out of like plywood and pallets, and like. People showed up that I didn't even know. Yeah. And I was like, what is going on? Seriously, ask Walker about it. Justin came and he was like, what is going on? It was crazy. But yeah, Gator Shakes played and I was in Gator Shakes at the time.
Okay.
And like, it was like, you know, just like, it was like swamp metal. It was great.
Yeah.
Not even swamp metal. It was like thrashy and it was fun.
Yeah.
I played in a full clown suit. And like, you know, it was raining and it was great, but like there was people moshing in like the driveway, and like my landlord's probably like, if she would have seen this, she would have shit.
Yeah.
But I'm moving out, so it's funny that
There you go.
But it was so crazy, and then we ended like right at 11, and then like cops rolled in.
Okay.
Giant Eagle parking lots full of cars for
Yeah.
my party, in the grass too, into the church. So I mean, we were so loud that we would probably whoop the dead in the graveyard right next to it. But we've accomplished so much. But like, that's just an example of that. But none of that would have ever happened if I didn't have my friends and my family pushing me. Don't forget that there's people there for you, and you never know what's going to be beyond that little tiny, like, you know, rock or wooden plank or anything like that until you hit a diamond, a glimmer of light to like the surface, and you could do it. Keep pushing yourself, and you could be whatever the hell you want to be in life.
Yeah.
And I hope one day I'm an actual rock star, and things happen, and I can like share these things further into the world. So
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Well, in my eyes, you are a rock star. You're a rock star human being. You become one of my closest friends. I appreciate everything that you've done to help us, to help me.
Yeah.
You give me advice when I need it. Thank you for coming on to the show. I appreciate it. You're always welcome back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know Stephanie wishes she could be here because I talk you up so much, and she's just like,
we love Stephanie. We love Stephanie.
So once again, Cody Kulesa, Never Say Die, Not a Phase. He and his lovely sister, Cassie, from Not a Phase, will be opening up for Mimic this Saturday. It is July 18th at 31 Sports Bar and Grill, where we first met.
We first met. Yep.
Not Rick's Cabaret.
There it is again. Drinking that one.
So we're excited for that show. Rooster will be there taking pictures. But it's definitely, we're looking forward to that. Please, if this is your first time seeing something from Static Frame Productions, we're big supporters of Not a Phase and Never Say Die. So please give us a follow. But yeah, this was awesome.
Yes, it was really good.
Thank
you
you so
again,
much.
man. Seriously. And thank you. It was so nice meeting you too.
You
and
too.
yeah, show starts at 7 from what I understand. So doors open at 7, music starts at 8.
At 8.
So
Perfect.
So
All right.
yeah, thank you guys again. I really appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this for a while. So
I can't wait till people see this.
yes, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yes. All right, guys. We will see you next time. We got a pretty big band coming up. You'll see. His stupid hats.
Oh boy, I wonder who this is.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.